We are live. Happy Monday. I'm on I'm doing YouTube live and I'm doing the community live. Wanted to get a feel for doing the YouTube. This is my first time doing it. So we'll see how it goes. So tonight, welcome everyone. Tonight is all about, excuse me. Tonight is all about our part 2 for money mindset. Super excited about it because we talked last week. If you were here, we talked last week all about, what's your mindset around money? How do you think and feel about money? How does money show up in your life? How does it make you feel? Are you nervous when money comes into your life? Do you know how to handle your money? Are you repelling money from coming into your life, from even attracting the money that you want because you have this mindset that you've been having maybe for years around money not being something that's good, or money being the root of all evil, or money causing more problems in your life, or you just not feeling responsible with money. Get it? You don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to keep it. So we talked all about that last week. We also talked about, I'm just looking at some of my notes here really quick. We talked about attracting the money. We talked about just changing our mindset around money, and that it's okay to have a mindset that wants to have more money in your life, or to even say that you love money. Because if you don't have a love, not that you would do anything for money, but that you love money, you like money, you're comfortable with money. When you send out that type of message around money, that type of energy, then that's the energy you get back. But if you're sending out a fearful energy around money, an energy that says, I'm not successful when I get money, I don't know how to hold on to money, I don't know how to be responsible with money, I don't know what to do with the money when I get it, I spend it, I lose it, it's here and it's gone, then that's the type of energy you're going to get in return. So even if you do end up attracting money and money comes into your life, you're probably not going to be able to hold on to it, or you're not going to be able to allow your money to grow. So tonight, I wanted to go a little bit deeper in why I'm even talking about money. I just want to touch in a little bit about what we learn in the community and what I go through with my clients and teaching them about the circle of life, and how money is a part of your healing. Money is a part of you growing into your best self, knowing about your finances, learning to be responsible with your finances, and learning how. Hi, Denise. Hi, Mignon. Hi, everyone. Learning how to be responsible with your finances. This is what we use in the community. So this is our printout. What is this? I think this was in the printout for the balancing workshop. I think this, I'll let you guys know in the end, and then I'll put it up in the community so you guys can look at it. But this basically covers your full life. So in the community and in my coaching, I go over each section. And one of these sections, this circle represents your life. And then in each section, I make sure that we spend some time in each one. So sometime in the community, we'll talk about, one of these different sections. When I'm doing one-on-one coaching, I make sure to go through this full circle. In my 3-month program or my 6-month program, we're going to cover this full thing because I want to help you to find as much balance as you possibly can in your life. You're not going to have perfect balance, but I want you to be able to go in and work in each one of these areas to find out where you need more help, where you're suffering, where you're feeling low energy, where you want to bring your energy level up, where you want to get more knowledge, where you want to just, teach yourself more about one of these areas, or you just feel like you're not doing good in. So one of is finances, we have personal growth, we have health, of course, we have career, we have home life, we have leisure, and how you find your joy. We have spirituality, and we have friendships, relationships, romantic relationship, platonic relationships. So each one of these areas affects your life. So finances is what we're talking about today. So that is a part of your circle of life. That is a part of your healing, because you might need healing in that specific area because maybe you don't have a positive mindset around money, like we just talked about, and we talked about last Monday. Maybe your mindset around money is based on fear, or just not really having enough knowledge around money to help it to grow in your life. So having a positive money mindset is so Sorry, guys. Drop my notes. Having a positive money mindset around money is so important. And I don't want people to have a fearful or a mindset of, "Oh, should I be worried about money like that or money?" You know how some people just feel like they shouldn't be thinking about money like that. Or even when you're working in doing this type of work that I'm doing right now, being a coach or you're being of service, you still have to think about money. You can't do anything without money. And just remember that money is energy. It's just a way to exchange energies. So if you're doing the right thing and you know you're doing something that's going to help people, 9 times out of 10, you're going to need some money to be able to make whatever it is bigger so you can help more people, so you can reach out to more people, so you can get whatever it is that you're trying to get across to people. You can get your message out there more. It's going to require money. So we shouldn't have a mindset around money that money isn't good or money is evil or any of those things. Money can be that if you turn it into that. So it's not the money itself, it's who's handling the money and how we're handling the money. So if you have a mindset around money that you think, bad things are going to come from money, then yeah, it probably is, because that's the energy you're sending out and that's the mindset that you have. So we talked about that last week. I just want to talk about a couple of things this week. I give you 6 steps to creating a positive money mindset. And if you didn't know, since we talked about it last week, just seeing if anybody was saying anything on YouTube. If you didn't know what a money mindset is, I'll just give you a brief definition, a basic definition. Your money mindset is the unique beliefs and attitudes you develop about money. So this could be when you're younger, with your parents, your culture, your neighborhood, where you grew up. These ideologies can stem from your environment, influences from your family, friends, and other areas as you navigate through life. So from the time you got that first dollar in your hand that somebody gave you, your Uncle Joe gave you your first dollar and whatever you thought about that money. And since then, and your mindset has been growing and been influenced by the people that you've been around, the company that you keep, the schools maybe you've gone to, and maybe your teachers, just all those different things and influences in your life have helped you develop the money mindset that you have right now. And your views will also drive decisions about managing money. Yeah, so however you view money, that's how you're going to manage your money. If you feel like money just come and go, then that's probably how you're going to manage your money. It's going to come and then it's going to go, because you're going to get it and then you're going to spend it. And you're not thinking about saving or investing. And we're all, have been victim to this. I know I have. Growing up, I didn't really learn how to really save money until I got older, probably well into my 20s, when I started doing hair and running my own little business and, wanted to move into my own place. That's really when I was taught. Like, I remember my mother did give us a savings account or something like that. Well, we had a little job at McDonald's, and I think we put some of our money in there, but not on a consistent basis. But that was even good for her to open up a bank account for us and to do that. So that's something to think about with your children as they get older, to, start helping them to have a money mindset. But we've all been victim to credit cards and, debt at some time or another, and just learning, going through the mistakes of life to learn, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to get, a credit card and just spend it up. I know when I was my first year in college, you had all those credit card companies on the campuses signing kids up, young children up for credit cards. They don't know, and they're thinking, oh, this is free money. I know, I thought I did. I didn't really get the concept that I knew I had to pay it back, but I didn't know it was going to mess my credit up. Like, I didn't really know about that yet. My mom hadn't really told me about that. So of course I ran up, credit got messed up. And it wasn't a lot. It was easy for me. Eventually, a few years down the line, I realized, oh, my credit's messed up. And I was like $1,000 or something. I was able to pay it back, but that was a lesson for me to learn that, okay, I need my credit if I want to go buy a car, or if I want to get a house, or whatever it is, you need that credit so you can be able to do it. So those are just lessons that you learn. So that's the first step. The 6 steps to creating a positive money mindset. The first one is forgive your past financial mistakes. We are not perfect, and it's the best opportunity to learn. So just forgive yourself about that old stuff. Just forgive yourself. I mean, I got some new stuff that has just recently happened to me. Just all the changes I've had in my life, closing my salon, not having a steady income, just some things have happened where I haven't been able to keep up. And I'm just like, vulnerable here telling you guys this because it's my truth. And I just want you guys to know that this is my truth. And things happen. It can happen in it, a second time to you in your life, a third time. I mean, sometimes it takes people a few times to learn. Like with me, it wasn't done intentionally, but it was just, I had to make a change in my life. And I chose to know that probably I was going to go through some financial stress in order to make this change. And I was just willing to do that because this change was really, really important to me and it really had to be done. So that's just some things that I'm going through now. And it's just like, okay, well, I have to make sure I take care of my responsibilities and not just leave it to the wayside, even though I'm not making the money that I was making before. So that was something that came to me a few days ago after we did part one. I was thinking about, okay, I have a couple of credit cards that I've fallen behind on because of my financial situation. And now I'm just like, okay, just because I don't have the money that I had before doesn't mean that I can't pay like $5 a month. Just whatever it is, I could pay something. And because my whole thinking was in my meditation and my prayer, just asking God, what do I need to be working on right now to start bringing in the things that I want in my life right now? What are the lessons that I'm supposed to be learning right now? Because let me tell you, it's been serious and I've been really learning some things. And I want to make sure that I don't leave anything unturned. I want to go through everything that I need to go through right now. So I don't have to go through it in my 50s. Okay. I'm at the end of the 40s. So I want to learn these lessons now. And I know with money, sometimes I'll have the bad habit like this. I mean, I haven't been behind on my bills or anything in years. I mean, years. So for this to happen in my life, I just felt like, oh my gosh, so frustrated. Not really embarrassed because it is what it is, but really frustrated more than anything. Like, oh my God, I just don't have it. And I don't like not having it. I don't like not paying my bills. And that's like the energy that I'm sending out. Ignoring it is like me saying, I don't care. So if you don't care, then you're going to get more of this because that's the energy you're sending out of you don't care because you're not being responsible enough to just call and say, I don't have the full amount, but can I send $5, $10, whatever it is? That's just showing up for yourself and being responsible, even if it's not exactly the way you want it to go, So I really had to show up for myself like that and take responsibility because I think a lot of times we don't really get that we're blocking our blessings. Even with something like that, you're blocking your blessings. You're not, whatever you're sending out, just like if you were at work and you're at work, you work at a place, and sometimes, you might just go in there and you might take you some staples or maybe some paper clips or maybe even an extra roll of toilet paper or some plastic bags home because you're like, oh, they won't miss this. They have a lot. This is a big old corporation. They won't miss this. But guess what? What kind of energy are you sending out? You're sending the energy of lack out that you're lacking. And now it's still a form of stealing. So sometimes we don't really realize what we're doing when we do small things like that, but that's still stealing. It's still sending out an energy that you don't want to get back. And whatever you send out comes back. That's just proven law. So whatever you put out there is going to come back to you. So little things like that, we have to really think about, like that's still a form of stealing. And it's still a form of us sending out an energy of lack and I don't have. And if you're saying to God, universe, whatever the God of your understanding is, that you don't have, then that's what you're going to get back, that you don't have. God doesn't understand lack and you saying, I don't have. So if that's what you're saying, then that's what you're going to get back. But if you're sending out the energy and the mindset of, I am in a position to, work to get my money or something is in the process of coming to me, I'm in the process of, having a great opportunity show up in my life, then that's the energy that you're going to get back and you're going to receive. So the first one, forgive yourself for past financial mistakes and think about them little things that you do that not really right, that it seems like it's not really hurting anyone, but in the end, it's really hurting you. Number 2 is understand your thoughts and feelings surrounding money. We talked about that last week. Really think about, write down if you didn't do it last week or if you're new on here this week. Really think about and write down what are your thoughts and your feelings around money. How do you really feel about money? Like really, I wrote mine. I wanted to bring it on here tonight. I forgot to bring it on here, but I had just wrote down everything how I felt about money. Scared sometimes, feeling like I'm in lack or I don't have enough. I had to really get honest with myself. How do you really feel about money? Do you not feel responsible? Do you not feel like you can hold on to it? What are your feelings? So that it'd be good to just write down what are your thoughts and what are your feelings around money. Do you feel like you use money in bad ways, or you use money to, even like manipulate other people, or to, really think, go deep with it and be really truthful and honest with yourself with how do you use money, or how do you feel around money, and what are your thoughts around money. 3, don't compare yourself to others who might seem like they are doing better, or they are doing better than what you're doing right now. Don't do that. It's a waste of time. We don't have time to sit around and be comparing and putting ourselves down because of where we are right now. Because wherever you are right now in your life, whatever's going on is for a purpose and a reason. And the real work you should be doing is not thinking about what someone else has, but what can you be doing and what can you be working on in this time period in your life to get you to the place you really want to be, to get you to the best version of who you really are. Asking God, what is it that I need to be doing right now? What is trying to unfold in me? What's trying to show up in my life and I'm blocking it because of certain behaviors? What do I really need to be doing right now? So being able to get quiet, get centered, and get the answer to those questions. And they don't always come immediately, but they show up in our lives in different ways. So just be aware and be present so you will be able to get those answers you need in your life. But continue to ask the questions until you get the answers. 4, work on forming good habits. We have a whole workshop in the community on working on forming good habits. So you definitely could look at that again if one of your habits is not being able to be properly handle money, not knowing how to keep money in your life, and money's not showing up positively for you. I know that I used to always think of savings. I was listening to a podcast or listening to someone speak recently, and they were talking about feeling that like you have to have a lot of money to be able to save. And that's not true. You can always save a certain percentage of whatever you have. Even if it's $1, you only got $10, save 10% of the $10, save a portion of that. Whatever you can save 50 cents, even if it's 50 cents, it's just going to start allowing you to create a new positive habit in your life around money. And it's going to be, I save no matter what. So that's been something that I'm really trying to do now, because I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a big income like I used to have before. So now it's not as easy for me to say, or I feel like it's not as easy. But just like I said, you can save 50 cents a week, whatever, until you can save more. Then eventually you'll be able to save $5. Eventually you'll be able to save 20. Eventually you'll be able to go back to whatever it is you were saving before. Just like paying tithes to your church or your religion or whatever it is, take something out for you first, pay your tithes or whatever it is you do in your life, but make sure you save something so that you can start getting in the habit of being more responsible with your money and being able to save even when you don't feel like you have a lot. So then when you do get a lot, you already have this new, amazing, positive habit of knowing how to save money. And then number 5, create a budget that you are happy with and can stick to. Something else I'm working on. So these are things that I knew I needed in my life. I knew all these steps that I'm giving you guys. Most of the stuff that I talk about in here, especially on Monday nights, is definitely things that I'm going through probably currently in my life and that I'm trying to work on myself. And we're just kind of working on them together. So we get the opportunity to do it together and see how it comes out. But I knew these were different areas in my life right now because of what I'm going through that I really needed to work on. So creating a budget was definite. Because if I feel like now if I get a couple of dollars, I'm like, I haven't got my nails done in so long. I just want to go. But right now, guess what? Your budget, I'm sorry, sister. Your budget, you just gonna have to get the nails done at home for a while. And that's what we have to remember too, is that we're start right now sacrificing for what you want in the future. You got to just, sometimes we can't have it all right now. We can't have it all. We got to wait. We got to wait. We got to wait to go on a vacation. I might have to wait to get my nails done, wait to go to the mall and get a little shirt or something. You just got to wait. It'll be way better when I wait and it's time and I can afford it. And it's actually, supposed to be showing up in my life at that time. It's going to be so much better than me trying to still live a lifestyle that I can't because I don't have the income that I used to. So just wait. All things in good time. You just have to wait and build up what you need to build up right now, and wait for this opportunity or those opportunities to show up for you in your life, and for you to get back onto the road of success, and for money to be flowing. And then you can do those things that you want to, instead of trying to break yourself to do it now. You're not going to even really have fun or enjoy it because you done broke your budget and you don't really have it. And you probably missed out on paying a bill or something that you need to. So create a budget that you are happy with and you can stick with. Now, I know there's certain things that we just can't not have. So if you're maybe someone, especially like a woman, and you have to go to work, you need to look professional. Maybe you don't know how to do your hair or something, but maybe that's the one thing that you budget in. And maybe you don't go every 2 weeks. Maybe now you go every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks or something like that. But something that you can stick with and something that you're happy with. And that keeps you on track, and you're not overwhelming yourself with trying to keep up with what you used to have. Now, remember, we're living in the present moment. We're no longer living in the past. We're not worrying and being anxious about the future. We're always living in the present moment. Okay, so we're going to work with what we have right now. We're going to figure out that budget, and we're going to stick to it. And then number 6 is always remember to be thankful for what you have in the present moment. So remember our gratitude. We want to be grateful and we can't bring nothing into our lives. I'm always telling my children this and reminding myself daily that you have to be grateful for what you have right now. You have to be sending out the energy of gratitude, because if you're sending out the energy of this is not enough and I need more, and that's lack, you're sending out energy that you're in lack. So guess what? You're going to get that. Send out the energy of gratitude. I'm so thankful for what I have. I'm very grateful for waking up this morning. I'm grateful for my family and the roof over my head, the clothes, the food, all that stuff. I'm grateful for the car, even if your car is barely making it. But if it's getting you to point A to point B and back home again, you better be grateful for it and show it some love. Clean it from the inside out. Make sure it's still looking nice. It's getting you to where you need to go. So that's important, to be able to have the gratitude, because things are not going to show up in your life if you are not a grateful person. It's just not. You're not. When you are showing gratitude for what you have, that's how more things are able to manifest into your life. So it's so important to be able to have that gratitude. Does anyone have any questions so far? We only have a couple of more minutes. I knew these 6 points would probably take our 30 minutes up, but if anyone has any questions or anything like that, feel free to jump in right now. If you have any questions around mindset and money, or you might just have a comment about something that's going on in your life and what you're dealing with right now and how you're dealing with money. Oh, one last thing. Make sure to, I talked about, don't be taking the paper clips and the toilet paper from work. But that also goes around if you're trying to manifest and you're trying to bring different things into your life, whether it's money, whether it's a relationship, a new job, opportunities. Make sure that you're not doing things that are going to block it. When I talked about, like the little incidents of us not really feeling like it's stealing, we don't need to be doing little scammy stuff either. The scammy stuff. A lot of times, and I'll just be, really blunt with this, but as far as, because right now it's just us on here. So Black people, we got to really think about, stop having a poverty mindset. Sometimes we have such a poverty mindset that we feel like we got to get over on people to get something. We got to get one up on somebody, or do something a little janky, or do something that's just not completely honest, or run a scam here or there. That type of stuff is not, what kind of energy are you sending out when you're doing that type of stuff? You're definitely not going to be getting back the things that you want when you feel like you need to get over on someone or something, or even if it's an institution or whatever it is, to get what you want. We don't have to do that. We have the power of our minds to be able to do whatever we want to do to achieve the things that we want in life. So we have to get out of that poverty type of mindset of we got to get one up on somebody, or we got to run a little something, get a little scam, or whatever it is. We have to get out of that mindset. So just wanted to make that last point, and then wanted to just tell you guys this really awesome quote. You will bloom if you take the time to water yourself. So that's what we're doing. We are watering ourselves in this community. When you're watching these videos, whether it's me talking or somebody else that's inspirational or something that you're learning from, that is when you are watering yourself. When you are working on yourself from the inside out, you are watering yourself, and eventually you will bloom. If you are feeding yourself the right type of information that you need, you will definitely bloom. It's just a matter of time. You have to be patient. You have to continue to do the work, and you have to be disciplined about doing the work, because if you want to see change show up in your life, you really have to be disciplined about that. So I've just been trying to be, how should I say, I guess a little bit tougher with my coaching clients. I really want them to understand that it comes to a point when you're working on yourself, there isn't going to be any steps. There isn't going to be anything that I can give you than what I've already given you, until you really are set to be disciplined and do the work. It's all up to you as a person. It's all up to me as a person, to when it really gets down to, if you want to see change, you just have to do it. You have to get past everything, and you just have to say, I'm going to do it. So you just get sick and tired of being sick and tired. So eventually you get to that point, but you don't have to wait. When you know that something's in your life that you really, really want to change, and that you really want to start showing up as the best version of yourself, you really want to change, you feel it in your body that something is just not right, whether it's dealing, like we're talking about today, finances, relationships, the joy, your self-love, anything, the food that you're putting in your body, whatever it is that you really want to change, you just have to really get disciplined about it, and you just have to do it. So does anyone have any questions on here tonight? I don't know if I have anyone on YouTube or not. This is my first time on YouTube, and I just really wanted to come on here and do a live so I could see how this worked. So if anybody doesn't have any questions, we only have about 2 more minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I hope you learned something from this, and I hope you keep watering yourself so that eventually you can start blooming, because you will when you do the work. So we didn't have our workshop this weekend because our workshop got erased. The community went through something like last week, and something got erased off of there. So we will reschedule it. My birthday is this Sunday, so I'm trying to contemplate whether I'm going to do it or not this Sunday, or if I'm going to do it on the 25th for sure. So I will post that this week and let you guys know. We'll be back again next Monday at 7 o'clock. If you guys have any ideas or topics or anything like that that you do want to talk about on Monday night, please post it in the chat, and I'll make sure we talk about it. But right now, I've just been coming up with different ideas and different things that, like I said, that's been showing up in my life. I figure someone else is dealing with this, or there's a nugget or something you can take away from this. If it's not for yourself, it might be for somebody else that you know that might be going through it. So I will see you guys. Oh, Denise has a question. What is something you can do to keep reminding yourself to keep going when things get hard to save? Yeah, I know. I totally get that. So even for me, when you're going through something and you know you're working on yourself, and this could be having to do with anything that's going on in your life, what I like to do is just stop. If I'm having an issue at the time where I'm feeling like I'm having negative thoughts, my self-talk is really negative, or if something happened to me, like I had a mistake or I messed up on something, and I have to stop. Just let me stop for a minute, whatever it is that I'm doing, even if it's just for a moment. Let me stop. Let me catch my breath. Let me do a little breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth, a little deep breathing so I can center myself. And then, just change my train of thought as quickly as I possibly can. Like stuff like that is going to show up in your life. And you're going to have to constantly remind yourself that that's not you. That's a story that you're telling yourself. That's the old you. That's the story you used to tell yourself about yourself. If whatever it is that's going on in your life at that present moment. Say if it's an issue with money, like, dang, I said I was going to save that money. I didn't even do it. I didn't even save it. I'm just back doing the same thing again. You know how we get into that whole self-talk and it turns negative, it turns abusive. And we can totally beat ourselves up. So quickly try to get yourself out of that by just stopping, doing some breathing really fast if needed, recentering yourself or centering yourself so you can think for a moment. And when you do that quick breath work, it helps to bring oxygen to the brain. It helps to stop so you can think clearly. Because sometimes we can get really angry really fast or really sad all of a sudden, or maybe going through some anxiety thinking about the future. And you have to stop, remind yourself what you've been learning, depending on what it is that you're dealing with at the moment. But that whatever it is, it's probably a story that you're building this all up into a big story that isn't even really true. And remind yourself that nothing in the future or in the past can affect you at this very moment. Just remember to bring yourself to present moment. Like this is it. There's nothing else but this present moment. The past is already gone. So I don't even know why I'm thinking about that and bringing that back up again. That's gone. It's over with. It's never coming back. It's never going to repeat. That's it. Future, it's not here yet. So I can't be worried and anxious about something that's in the unknown. I just have to let it present itself when it does. And what I'm going to worry about is right at this moment right now. So just consistently remind yourself, whatever you're going through, that everything's going to be okay, that you are fine in this moment, and that whatever it is that you're saying about yourself or that you're going through, is it true? Is it what's happening at this present moment? Because 9 times out of 10, you're thinking about something in the past, or you're thinking about something, you're worrying and anxious about something that's in the future. So just bring yourself to the present moment. And usually when you bring yourself to this present moment, there's nothing but this. So then you're able to, calm yourself down and get into the right frame of mind. So that's a consistent practice every day. Self-awareness, working on becoming the best version of yourself is every day. You have homework every day. You have something to work on every day. When you wake up in the morning, wake up with gratitude. I am grateful to be alive. I'm breathing this morning. I can see. I can get up. I can walk. I can, I have all my faculties. Be grateful, because that'll get you started off in a great mood for your day. When you show the gratitude, say your prayers, do your meditation, whatever your morning routine is, you have to have something to get you started off to a good day. What's your intention? Set your intention for the day so you can be in the right frame of mind for the day. That is what's going to get you going good. And then during the day, if you have a fall or if you have something that comes up that brings you down or that you're worried about, then get to one of your tools. Stop, do a quick 1-minute meditation, 30-second meditation, do some breath work, so you can calm down, you can come back to yourself, all that different types of stuff. Reflect about, what it really means to be self-aware and to be present. So all of those things are everything that you could do. You always want to go back to whatever your daily tools are for you. So maybe we'll talk about that next week. Let's talk about tools. I know we kind of talk about it, but I don't know if we really got specific about it. What are some things that you could do to bring yourself out of feeling maybe anxious, fearful, or going back into the old version of yourself? We'll talk about that next Monday. If anybody doesn't have any other questions, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm not going to hold you anymore. I will see you guys next Monday, and I'll make sure to post when our next workshop for the throat chakra is going to be. That's all about speaking your truth, your throat chakra, and how that can affect you so much if you're not speaking your truth, and if you're not speaking up for yourself, if you're not using your voice. So that workshop is really going to be amazing, and you'll be able to see how you can use that in your everyday life. Okay. Thanks, guys, for showing up tonight. I appreciate it. Peace and blessings. Have a good week.